Welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura Watson, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a watercolor Christmas card. This video shows you how to make the blank watercolor card base so that you can add any painting you would like to it. Before we get started on our festive watercolor card, I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to Ana Luisa Jewelry. They have very kindly sent me a few pieces to wear and show you. Ana Luisa Jewelry is a beautiful jewelry company that sells jewelry that is life-proof, that is tarnish-free, water-resistant, and hypoallergenic. So if you're looking for some holiday jewelry or some sort of gift for your loved one or someone else, then I do recommend them. And right now their site is 25% off if you use the link that I have in the description. And when your cart hits $250, they're also sending everyone a free pair of diamond earrings. This beautiful necklace is called the Pebble Necklace. It's dipped in 14 karat gold, and the closure is a lobster clasp. These beautiful earrings are little hoop earrings that have a click-in clasp at the back that is really comfortable, and they are the base is silver, and they're dipped in 14 karat gold with cubic zirconia as well. Ana Luisa Jewelry also offers 2-year warranty on all of their pieces, which is pretty amazing, and they come in these beautiful little boxes that are already perfect for giving for a gift. All right, without further ado, let's get started on creating our watercolor card base. I'm starting off with an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper, which is cardstock, so it's heavier, and I'm using my bone folder to make a really nice crease. I will be using my paper cutter to crop the size of this card down, but you can see it stands up nicely, and now I am going to measure how much I need to cut off by cutting out the line drawing that I'll be using for the painting to put on the card. This line drawing is formatted to be 4 by 6 inches, so you want your base for your card to be quite a bit bigger than the size your painting will be, because we will be using the card base as well as putting on some contrasting color paper and then the watercolor paper as well. So I have red paper here because I am making a Christmas card for this specific card, and I am just holding them, or not holding them, I'm placing them over top of the card and just sort of by eye deciding how much of a margin I want. I'm not doing a ton of measuring, but I am holding things up and making some marks for cutting. I'm using my ruler to tear my paper. I don't like to use scissors because you get just sort of a really cut, sort of contrived edge, and this way you get a little bit of a rip. It's still a nice tidy edge. You just put firm pressure on your ruler and then you tear the paper, and I really like the effect that it gives you. It's a little harder to do when you have to tear a small portion of paper like this, but you can sort of work your way up and get that nice little torn edge. And for the other bigger cuts that I need to do on the cardstock, I use my paper cutter. It's just a paper cutter you can get from Staples or any kind of craft store. You can see this here, it's by Fiskars, and this will allow me to have nice clean edges on my card base and then nice tidy torn edges on my contrast sort of accent paper and my watercolor paper. I like this paper cutter because it's clear and there is a ruler on the part where you're cutting, so you don't need to use an additional ruler too much, and it just has a nice little blade that you can swap in and out if it wears out. And this is fairly heavy cardstock and it cuts it with no problem. Okay, so now I'm just measuring to see if my line drawing will fit on my watercolor paper over top of the accent paper. I'm just using a bit of washi tape to hold things in place as I measure things out. And now I am tearing my watercolor paper, and this is 140-pound cold press fluid paper, so it's the same type of paper we use in all of our full-length watercolor tutorials. And this is one of the reasons I like making my own handmade cards. One, I can make them a little nicer with the accent paper and heavier cardstock. But also then I can paint just how I would paint a proper sort of formal painting by using my good quality watercolor paper. The watercolor cards you get don't always have the best watercolor paper, and they're sometimes not as heavy stock, so they sort of slouch down and don't stand up very well. So now I'm just tearing off a larger piece, and I'll cut a little bit, or sorry, not cut, but tear a little bit there so that it fits my accent paper, and I might need to trim a little bit more off the edge, and then I have a smaller piece left over, and I'll just make a smaller card with that sometime. You could pre-measure everything with a ruler if you like, but I prefer to live on the wild side and just sort of match things up as I go. You can see that this tear didn't work out quite as well, so I'm just going to trim that off ever so slightly with the scissors, and it's still torn, it just, the edge is a bit better now. And I'm just tidying up, making sure that I press really hard on the ruler so that I do get that nice edge. And even though the paper, my line drawing is bigger than my watercolor paper, the drawing itself will fit on that piece of paper. And so I'm going to cut down my accent paper just a little bit more and then trim the card to fit. I'm just tearing one more edge here so that I have that nice sort of torn look, but it's tidy. And now I like the amount of margins that I have around the three sides. So I'm just going to trim up that one side of my accent paper now using a ruler, and just making sure that I get that same, roughly same margin on the top. So this is my sort of final tear for the accent paper. Just making sure that it's even there with my two rulers, so that I don't get that crooked edge on an angle. All right, so now I have my watercolor paper, my accent paper, it looks good already. And then I just have popped this over on top of my card base, and I'm just sort of measuring a little bit just to match up my card base there. So back to the paper cutter, just trimming that little bit off the top. And now I have my lovely base, my accent paper, and my watercolor paper, and we're getting close to having our card ready to go. So I'm going to use double-sided tape to put the accent paper onto the card. I prefer not to use glue stick because I just feel it lifts up really easy, or it lifts over time. This Scotch brand double-sided tape works really well, and I've done a lot of projects with it that have lasted quite a while, so I prefer to use this. You could also use a glue roller or something like that, little tape rollers. They're handy. You can get acid-free ones for scrapbooking. And now I'm doing the big moment, placing it down on the card and just pressing it down firmly. And now I have my beautiful card base ready. I am not going to put the watercolor paper onto the card until after it is painted. So I'm just checking that it fits, and it does, and we're done. You can use this technique to make cards for any occasion, so I hope you give it a try. Now before we go, I want to show you how this beautiful little painting came together that I created for my Christmas card. And this is from my full-length class on evergreens and berries on the watercolorgarden.com, and the subject is called Skimmia japonica. And I'm painting this in pure watercolor. I transferred my line drawing to my paper, and I'm just going to show you a little sped up footage of how the painting came together to get you inspired to create your own holiday card. And if you're interested in any of the Ana Luisa jewelry, don't forget to check out my link in the video description below for 25% off the entire site. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you try out making your own watercolor Christmas card as well. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.